Whoopsie daisy. Sorry about that. Oh boy. That's the balance on the camera. Hold you that. Text me at 412-559-2731. Now, I feel great physically. I feel great. But there's something going on where I have this crazy cough. So I could end up in a coughing fit. And trust me, I have a drink as backup. I'll probably be taking sips multiple times. One of my drinks from Live Good with my health and wellness products. Trust me, we may not diagnose, treat, prescribe, or cure, but a higher power does. And the ingredients are all organic. We don't prescribe and treat, diagnose, or cure, but God does. And these ingredients came from the earth that God created. So no, I'm not here to proselytize, but I'm going to tell you this. I can't speak for another human being on earth, but they work for me. Do they work for other people? Oh yeah. Yes, they do. It's the ingredients, my friends. It's the Lord God and its ingredients. Organic. Certified independently, by the way. But this is not a Live Good ad or any of that. But the truth doesn't change just because people don't like it. So I always tell it like it is. I will be switching arms at times, just to let you know, and I will be taking sips of my drink. I am not going to tell you everything that's in the drink, probably not anything right now, but I can tell you it's good. Well, I'll tell you that there's one thing, there's protein in it, and there's also aminos. So I guess that's two things. And well, there's two things. There's no guessing about it. Now, for those of you whose title, the gloves are off. Why are the gloves off? Well, years ago, what you're seeing is a thumbnail from an episode that I had done on our live TV talk show. Yeah, on live TV. That was about abuse that was being allowed by the mental health industry in the city of Pittsburgh. They were supposed to be helping people with mental health challenges. They were supposed to be taking care of people who were vulnerable, but they were actually allowing abuse. And they knew it was going on. And they allowed it because I guess they didn't want to deal with it because they knew they would have to do the right thing and it would cost them money, all that other fun stuff. We all know what time it is. But here, what's going on with my, something weird is going on with my chat. So if I don't see your chat, something's going on with YouTube. I just noticed that, my friends. I don't see your chat right now, so not sure what's going on. Anyway, let me get back to the business at hand. So there were people allowing this abuse. So I said the gloves are off. But today, why are the gloves off January the 7th, 2024? What's the reason? Number of reasons. We might get into, a number of topics. Number one, when it comes to people manipulating us, the gloves are off. When it comes to people who are racist getting away with it, the gloves are off. When it comes to billionaires controlling the United States of America and affecting most Americans, and most Americans can barely afford to eat, the gloves are off. When it comes to the United States government allowing our food to be dangerous because both parties get paid off. Oh, I called it. I called them out. Yes, I did. Democrats, you're guilty as charged. Republicans, guilty as charged. The courts, including the fake Supreme Court. Yeah, I said it. I said it because I can. We do not have a Supreme Court in the United States of America anymore. The name's there. In theory, it's the Supreme Court. But if anybody in America thinks that we have a legitimate Supreme Court, get off the drugs. Get off the alcohol. So for anything and everything that is wrong, the gloves are off. Now, you might think, I think I'm all that in a bag of chips. Nope. Because all the glory goes to the Lord thy God. For atheists, listen, you don't want to believe, you want to say that God don't exist. Hey, I still love you. But guess what? You're not going to tell me what to say. Not happening. So I will profess my love of the Lord God. Anytime, every time, anywhere, everywhere. Got it? Love y'all, but I do it like the song says, my way. May not always be the right way, but I always do it my way. So today, why are the gloves off? I'm going to throw some stuff down. You might think you're in a UFC fight when I'm done. Now we're going legal. We're going to do it peaceful. But we're going down to the nitty gritty, if you will. You might think you're in a martial arts fight or the boxing ring or maybe even wrestling. I'm not playing anymore. Your life matters. Even the so-called trolls. The people who love me, you matter. People who can't stand me, you matter. People that hate me, guess what? You matter. So now's the fireworks time. Now's the time that I'm going to start revving the machine up. Because I'm done past, people say I'm fired up and ready to go. I'm way past gone. I'm fired up and gone. I'm going to start, guys and gals, by telling you, if you leave this if you leave this live stream, watch the replay. You don't want to miss this. And again, it's not me, it's God. No, I don't think I'm getting messages from God. But let me tell you what I know. I know what is right. And I know what is wrong. So we're gonna do something today. We might potentially solve some of America's problems. Did I just say that? Oh yeah, I did. Number one, before this live stream ends, I'm giving you the comment line to the White House. Yeah, the actual White House. Don't troll this. You don't want to try trolling the White House. Or you might just get a visit from the actual Secret Service. Oh, yeah. Because this is not a fake number. It's not fake news or whatever you want to call it. You don't want to mess with the White House. Trust me. I don't care if it's a Democrat or a Republican. Man, they'll be like, how you doing? You'll be like, Mommy! Trust me. I know. Oh, I know. So here we go, Pittsburgh and the world. I may have a cough, but nothing. Somebody likes to call me the Aĺl Torcaso experience. He's my great friend and unofficial brother, Ivan Harris Sr. He says people don't meet Aĺl Torcaso. They experience him. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not vain like that. Everything I do, anything I do, all the glory goes to God. Red alert, guys. Red alert. If you're a Democrat, you're gonna get mad at me today. If you're a Republican, you're gonna get mad at me today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you happen to be in Congress, maybe you're even a president of the United States, you're probably gonna get mad at me today. Why am I doing all this? Because I love the United States of America. and my fellow Americans, and I also love people around the globe. So enough with the chit chat. It's time to open up a universe of knowledge and possible solutions. Number one, how many of you put a 1 in the chat? How many of you remember the government shutdowns? Just guys and gals, I know this may sound boring. It's not going to be. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember the government shutdowns and the threat or threats of more government shutdowns. Put a 1 in the chat. If you don't, say, hey, put a 2 in. That means no. Put a 1 for yes, 2 for no. Hey, everybody, here comes the show. All right. Those of you who don't know, who may not be tracking, like Myron Golden asked you, are you tracking? Meaning, do you understand? Are you? Maybe not. Because a lot of people don't know what's going on. It's not your fault. If you don't know, you don't know. You're going to know today. Because I'm not going to play. Oh, no. All right. Whereas you want to listen to this so-called boring live stream, it could change your life because it could save you money, and it just might help you to go to new money. Not actual new money, but you getting more than you expect. And it's not a handout neither, by the way. So, there are what we call government shutdowns that principally have happened. And I don't care if you like it or not, ladies and gents. Most of the time you have a government shutdown, it's the Republicans and the Republican Party, including quote-unquote MAGA. And you might think, well, wait a minute. That's got to be fake. It's not fake news. Now, another thing is, back when we had George W. Bush, I think, the son, W. Bush, he had a gentleman named Karl Rove that was like, I guess you could call him a mouthpiece or somebody that would give messages. He said, quote, when appropriate, he's going to be partisan. He actually said, when appropriate, I am partisan. So y'all might think that I'm going to be partisan. Nope. May sound like it, but I'm always American and a patriot. So here's the deal. The majority of America's shutdowns have, for the most part, been because of Republicans. Now, have Democratic Congresses done it? I'd have to do a closer look. I'm sure they have. I may be wrong. Maybe they never did. Excuse me, let me get a drink. I don't need to be having all that. I need to take care of the business. All right, hopefully that will take care of the business. So, when a government shutdown happens, your family and friends can get laid off because of finances, and it affects our government, but many private businesses too. So your mother or your father or someone you know may get laid off, may get fired. You may know people that suffer. But this is the thing, whether you know or not. This is where every American needs to jot down a couple of numbers right now. I don't care how you do it, traditional paper and pen, or in your phone, or whatever you're using. You need these numbers, and you're going to take some action if you care about yourself. And I know you care about yourself, but y'all got to learn how to take some action. You're the leaders of America, just like I'm one. See, we all collectively are leaders because we all own the United States of America. We are governed, at least in theory, by and for the people. It's time we act like it. Now, I always fight back with my voice, legally, peacefully, and ethically, and sometimes financially. Oh, yeah. So here, get these numbers down. Now, trolls, I'm warning you, trolls, do not do crank calls on these numbers. You will be tracked down in most cases. Trolls, if you want to visit by the government Secret Service, be dumb. I love you and bless your hearts, but I wouldn't do it. Number I'm going to give you first is the White House comment line. Yes, the actual White House, not Lighthouse, but White House. Here we go. Area code 1202-456-1111. Now that's considered the White House comment line. It doesn't matter who is the president. You can call them. I think that they close about 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Again, that's 1202-456-1111. I know it because I've called it many a times. And I also had a special number for the White House, which, even though I'm not officially part of it anymore because it's a different administration, I would not, and I really, even if I could, I wouldn't give that one out. Let's just say that some things you just gotta not do. Now, that's the White House, the 1202-456-1111. Now, what is also important is for you to call your members of Congress, text your members of Congress, snail mail your members of Congress, get involved with petitions, maybe even do protests. And here's the best part. Realizing that you are more powerful than any government or billionaire, because you are a consumer. Yes, billionaires are, and all that too. But collectively, there are a lot more of us than there are of them. That makes us collectively more powerful than any president or Congress. We must use that power wisely, legally, and financially. We'll get into that part. But for now, you can call Congress by calling 1-202-224-3121 or 1-202-225-3121. You can contact them online at www.senate.gov, www.house.gov. You can find your senators and you can find your representatives and contact them in any way and every way that you can. You can also sign petitions. Yes, our presidents and our Congresses, whenever and whoever they are, they actually get a lot of those petitions that are online. No, ma'am, and no, sir. Those things are not fake. Trust me. I found out the hard way. I found out the hard way that they really go to the White House if it's for the president. I'll share this sidebar. Years ago, we had William Jefferson Clinton, a.k.a. Bill Clinton. And Bill, let's just say, made a big mistake. And he cheated on his wife. For those of you who weren't born, you can look up Bill Clinton, and you can look up, I don't want to say this, but maybe we could say the Monica Lewinsky matter, to be polite. Well, there was like a petition or something, and I put in there, let's just say, I told him what time it was. I was like, Mr. President, you don't cheat on your wife. And Mr. President, and I actually put this in there, you need to get glasses because, Mr. President, Monica did not look good. No offense to Monica Lewinsky. And I wasn't trying to be cruel, but the bottom line is it wasn't worth it. So I actually said, get some new glasses. Yeah, put it in there. I thought, well, it's the internet. Big deal. It's not going to get to the real White House. So I'm over there putting anything and everything in. And let me tell you guys, about a month later, my girlfriend goes to get the mail. She says, Al. I said, what? She said, you got something from the White House. And I laughed. I'm like, yeah, right. She said, I'm serious. I said, okay, joke's over. Then she hands it to me. And let me tell you guys and gals, when you get an actual letter from the real White House, I don't care if it's a great thing. It can make you nervous. Trust me. So finally I open it. And I'm like, first of all, I'm holding the envelope from the White House. And I'm like, this is real. So I look at and I open it up. And it was wild because, it was just, I know that somebody wrote it for him and all that, but his signature, his automatic signature was on there. So I will tell you, some higher up did most likely read it, but I was like, the things I said, I was nervous because I was like, Mr. President, you don't cheat on your wife. Hey, you need to get some glasses and all this stuff, right? Well, he or the person who wrote it, I should say. And I don't know if it was directed by the president. None of us will ever know. It could have been. But he essentially admitted. He said, yeah, I messed up. He didn't comment on the glasses, though. But whoever wrote it did apologize. And why did I tell you that? Again, I'm not all that in the bag of chips. All the glory goes to God. I told you that for multiple reasons, though. Number one, anything related to, quote unquote, petitions online or anything related to the White House, be careful what you write or say. It's no joke. And you will get a response most of the time. I've gotten responses from 4 straight presidents in a row back at the time. I had gotten a response from the first President Bush, of course, Bill Clinton, President Clinton, of course, also George the son. I got second President Bush, and President Obama, 4 different presidents. Now, I will tell you that Presidents Obama and George W. Bush gave me the most responses, which was kind of interesting because honestly, the majority of the time, they were done through what we would call petitions. But there's a reason why I'm bringing all this up, so this is where you come in. You want a better country, right? Yeah, you may think this is a boring live stream, but trust me, it could change your life if you take action. And I don't mean me. As a whole, we can change this country because we actually have the power. And that's what the people who are elite from both parties, they don't want you to know that. Do you really think, excuse me, do you think that the multi-billionaires of this country, whether they're Democrat or Republican, do you think they want somebody working in a big box store getting minimum wage to realize they have more power than a billionaire? And just making that statement, most of you are like, this guy must be on something. Nope. Who do you think caused these men and women to become billionaires? You did. Your parents did. Everybody you knew and know did. You see, it's we, the American people, who go into the big box store, who puts out our money, and they get money. It's we, the American people, who buy fuel for our vehicles. or get our hybrids or electric cars charged. All of that is money that you are spending, whether it is by choice or necessity. Your money doesn't matter the amount you have. Your money is one of your most important and most powerful tools. Your money is powerful. And it does not matter if you're a billionaire or if you're barely getting by. You're still making the choice to spend it wherever and however. Even if you put it out to get a streaming company, you're making that choice. So, here is what I want you to understand. If our government and the Democrats and the Republicans refuse to listen to us, we can do the protest in the streets. We can do the petitions on and offline. We can do the boycotts of stores. We can do a lot of things. But ultimately, our money is actually more powerful. Because if we choose to spend less, and we collectively do that, then we're talking about literally billions of dollars, or maybe trillions of dollars, being taken out of the economy. Now, will it hurt every American financially? Yes. Do I want us to be hurt? No. So you might be like, well, wait a minute, why would I do that? Because it would be temporary, and we would get a much better situation in this country. Right now, billionaires and millionaires control your life. And they control America. They own America. They own every Democrat in Washington. They own every independent in Washington. They own every Republican in Washington. Every MAGA. That's not fake news. That's in your face truth and real news. And a lot of what these billionaires are doing is hurting you and killing people. You might be like, what are you talking about? Our food is not as safe as many other countries. Our so-called FDA allows poisons in our food. Yeah, poisons. And chemicals that they don't allow in Europe or Asia. If you go to a certain fast food restaurant in America and you get French fries, and that fast food restaurant has something golden as a sign, y'all know what I mean. I think you're tracking. Let's just put it this way. Yeah, the number one fast food place you may be thinking, that's the one. Well, in America, they have 19 different ingredients in their French fries. Many of their ingredients are meant to make you addicted to their French fries. But in Europe, they have like 4 ingredients. You don't have to believe me. Go here on YouTube and look them up. In America, if you buy fast food, you usually gain weight. In different countries, including the Philippines, you don't gain weight. And in some cases, you lose weight in the Philippines. Why? Because in different countries, they are getting better ingredients and they are getting less garbage. But our FDA is a joke. And it's not one that's funny. So, the gloves are off. I'm exposing the truth. Because you and I need to write to Congress. And we need to start to avoid that company and all companies that are doing wrong. The other thing is, when you go into any grocery store in America, just about. A lot of what we're buying daily is what causes us to be sick. What causes diseases like heart disease, and cancer. Here's where it gets really disgusting. Many of the products that you now eat and drink used to be safe, used to even be possibly healthy. But the billionaires and the FDA, the Federal Drug Administration, have poisoned a lot. I'm not saying they deliberately poisoned it, but they permitted certain chemicals and ingredients. That's why if you go to Europe, and Asia, a lot of times the food tastes dramatically different. May taste better, may taste worse, but it's different because it's healthier and it's safer. A cheeseburger at that same company with the yellow's iconic sign, fast food place, yeah, or golden if you will. In the Philippines, totally different taste, and people are not getting quote unquote sick like they are in America. Now, I'm not just picking on them. That's with all of these fast food companies. They are allowed to do things here that they're not allowed to do in Europe or Asia and other places. We and the American people need to change this. We, the American people, need to call Congress, text them, whatever. And when they don't listen, and they won't, I've said it and I'll say it again. When they don't listen, and they won't, we stop spending as much money collectively. So you might be thinking, okay, if we do this to the economy, you said it's going to hurt just about every American, right? Yes, ma'am, yes, sir. But I also said temporarily. How do I know it's temporary? Well, I used to do the hypothesis, say this same hypothesis years ago when I was doing my podcast. But then we had the pandemic, COVID-19. And I know all of you remember that most of the planet was locked down. And we were forced to stay home. And we were locked down. Remember how bad the economy started getting? Because there wasn't people spending. Businesses went out of business. People suffered. And for that, I am very sorry. But what happened not too long after the pandemic started? All of a sudden, both parties were talking about giving what they call stimulus or surplus income to a majority of Americans, including ways for companies to either get loans or grants. Almost within a month or so. I forget how long it was. But why do you think the government really did it? The truth. They did it because the billionaires told them pretty much, we can't have this. We're losing too much money. That's one reason. The government itself, even the most conservative or most progressive, they also knew the dangers of not pumping money into our economy one way or another. So what happened was, a lot of people got that money, but they were still stuck at home, right? What did a lot of people do, including you possibly? Well, you ordered what you needed and had it delivered. Whether it was you would go to companies like Amazon or eBay or AliExpress or whatever company and have it delivered. But you were spending money. Or you had somebody deliver food from whatever restaurant that was still surviving. Spending money, pumping money back into the economy. They didn't really do it for your benefit. or mine. They did it for the billionaires and the millionaires and for themselves. If you don't believe me, look at today, 2025. Are you getting any stimulus money? Most likely no. Do you hear anything about they're going to pump money in and give people, extra money now? No. They're not giving you extra SNAP benefits or food stamps like they did during the pandemic. All of that has gone away. Even the discounts for like internet and what have you, a lot of that's gone away. A lot of those programs. Because the economy is doing much better. And the super wealthy are smiling again. Now, that sounds terrible, right? That they're winning again. I mean, I don't have a problem with super rich people winning. Only when they're taking advantage of us, having laws created, and hurting us or killing us. Then I have a problem. Then the gloves are off. So you might be thinking, what can we do about this, Al? We can return to pandemic level economics or the economy. And it will hurt a lot of people. But temporarily. See, because this time, the government will try the same thing, try stimulus, and we will accept the money. But here's where it's going to be just a little different. That extra money will not be spent. If you're really a patriot, you will take that extra money and you will save it or you will invest it, but you will not spend it. Why? We want the economy to temporarily hurt. Temporarily. And then we put our legal, ethical demands on our governments, or I should say, our government and our industries. And we demand lower, across the board for all ages, thousands of dollars lower prescription drugs. We demand universal health care. We don't listen to the lie that we can't afford it. We don't listen to the lies that it's socialized medicine. Some of us know the truth. We're way past tracking. On the matter of socialized medicine, it is a lie that both parties use to deny you basic human rights. Now you might think that I'm looking for a freebie. No, ma'am. No, sir. Here's the truth, though. Every member of the United States Congress has access to universal health care. Basically free. Your representative, who's Republican and MAGA, or Democrat and progressive, you know how they always talk about they're for you? They're not. They're for themselves. Themselves. You see, every Republican and every Democrat and independent, when they go to D.C., guess what happens? They have a chance to get a lot of different healthcare coverages. They have one called the Office of the Attending Physician, my friends. They only pay $503 a year. And it's government run, and it's actually house calls, literally. And they don't pay copays. None. Your members of Congress, who are Republican and Democrat, get essentially free health care for $500 a year. Not a week, not a month, a year. They don't ever have to pay a copay under that program. And they don't pay co-insurance. And they are the employees of you and I, the people of the United States. But in this case, the employees get better than the owners. And way back in the beginning of this live stream, I talked to you about Congress. What I didn't tell you is when we have our government shutdowns, doesn't matter what party does, while your family and our nation may lose jobs, may lose money, homeless, may have hardships to eat, the owners of this country will suffer every time there is a government shutdown. People lose their jobs, people end up homeless, and a lot worse. People have to close their businesses down, whatever. The owners, which is we the people, you and I and your family, we the owners suffer. Guess what? Every mega Republican, every liberal, progressive Democrat, every single one, an independent that's in Congress and the president, they keep getting their money. Let me tell you from a different perspective. The owners lose their jobs and their money, but the employees keep their money. Your members of Congress, they keep getting paid, and they're the employees. Now, y'all tell me something. In what world does the owner of any company lose their money, but their employee keeps getting paid? Now, we know the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. We know that that doesn't happen. But my friends, in the United States government, presidents and Congresses and other levels of government, they keep getting their money, and they're the employees. But you and your family could lose your job, could lose your life, possibly go homeless. Our employees get paid during a government shutdown. Every member of Congress and the president. But we, the owners of the country, don't. I think that's wrong. I think y'all need to take the gloves off too. Because the gloves are off. Oh, they've been off for a long time. These gloves are off. Don't get me started. I'm fired up and way past ready to go. I'm fired up and I'm gone. These gloves are off. Now listen up, every Democrat, Independent, and Republican in the United States Congress. Every president, Democrat or Republican. It is time that you remember the words of a Republican president. You may have heard of him, Abraham Lincoln. Now, just in case members of Congress and presidents don't remember him, let me make you go track something here. Because the gloves are off, baby. The gloves are off. Listen up, mega Republicans and progressive Democrats. Y'all, every one of you collectively are liars. And every one of you collectively have let America and Americans down. And Republicans, yeah, brainwashed over 77 million Americans into voting for you. An abomination. And Democrats, you think you're getting a pass, don't you? Ha! Your chance of getting a pass, you have a better chance of winning the mega millions 1 trillion times in a row than to get a pass from Aĺl Torcaso. You're guilty as charged. When have you stood up? Yesterday, January 6th, 2025. To just stand up for the American people? No. You know what you are, Democrats? You're a bunch of cowards. 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 Oh, MAGA. Really? MAGA? Are you kidding me? Make America great again. You know, I'm not pleased with the people who voted the way that they did. I'm not pleased with MAGA. But for everyone who voted the way that they did, you now have my condolences. Yeah, I'm still angry with you to an extent, but you have my condolences. Because you didn't decide to track the truth. But it's okay. You've been brainwashed. Guess what, Democrats? You've also been brainwashed. Oh, you think that because I'm a registered Democrat, I give them a pass? Oh, no, 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 no. We're going to go back to the year 2009 and 2010, right after I wake MAGA up. Make America great again. Sounds good, doesn't it? But it is a deception to brainwash you and to cost you possibly your life, your finances, and your American dream. And the Democrats, you think they're your heroes in a lot of cases. And don't get me wrong. Of the two demons, yeah, I call it demons. Of the two parties, I mean demons. Yeah, I've gone there. Of the two demonic political parties in America, of the two, one of the lesser evil in general, of the two evil Republican and Democratic parties, the Democrats are a wee bit less evil. Just a little bit. Now, from a financial standpoint, almost all Americans should be voting Democrat. But we should never rely on the Democrats to do what's right. We need to hold them accountable. We need to hold every politician accountable. But let me address why MAGA is a lie. That's worse than fake news. It's a fake reality. It is a delusion and an illusion and a manipulation. And, most importantly, an abomination. Oh, you think I hate the MAGA people? No. But I hate a lot of their policies. And a lot of people who are racist, I don't hate them, but I hate their actions. Let me get down to why the Make America Great Again is a fraud. We cannot make America great again unless and until whatever party it is decides to get our food to be safe like it was when your great-grandparents were alive, and then your grandparents, and then your parents, possibly. We cannot make America great again until people in any job has a future and a chance to actually live the American dream. We can't make America great again until every American, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, Latino, Middle Eastern, Native American, Pacific Islander, and everything in between. We cannot make America great again until everybody is treated with love and respect. And the idea of deporting millions of illegals, it won't make America great Again, it will make America suffer worse than we have in the last 30 years. Because I'm not in love with the idea of people illegally entering our nation. But here's the news flash that Republicans and Democrats won't tell you. Your grandparents may have been illegal immigrants. And yes, they could have come from Europe or Asia or South or Central America. But a lot of our immigrants, your grandparents, great-grandparents, were illegal immigrants. But here's the really wild one. Wait till you hear this. One could argue you're an illegal immigrant. Yeah, you. One could argue every person other than the Native Americans are the illegal immigrants. Now, y'all may not like to hear that, but let us remember history. The Native Americans and the tribes were the ones who were here. Then settlers came. Y'all heard of you ever hear of a holiday called Thanksgiving? Look up the real history. You see, my friends, we're all theoretically illegal immigrants. But let's go and we'll say, for those of us who were born here, we're legal. Yeah, we're legal. But your parents or grandparents or great-grandparents likely are not as legal as you think. So if you have an 80 or 90-year-old grandparent and they decide to deport all illegal immigrants, what if you find out your grandparent is illegal? Are MAGA or other Republicans or even Democrats, are you going to support making this illegal 80 or 90-year-old go back to a country that he or she hasn't been for however many years? That's why this MAGA movement and this illegal deporting every illegal and then even legal. They're talking about even legal and naturalized citizens being kicked out. Do not listen to the politicians of any party. They're liars. They don't care about you. They want your vote. Listen, Donald Trump even told you to your face, I don't need you. I just need your vote. Yet and still people voted for Donald Trump. Am I in love with Harris? Kamala Harris? No. No. I'm not impressed with the Democrats. Not really, no. Listen, I'm impressed with my fellow Americans. That's you. And trolls, I have love for y'all. Go ahead, troll me. It's all right, good. Go for it. Like Rocky Balboa said in the Rocky movies, go for it. Okay, I don't do imitations, but you get the point. My fellow Americans, the gloves are off. We stand up for what is right. MAGA Republicans, I still love ya. MAGA voters, I'm not happy with you, but I still love you. I'm still your friend. I still want the best for you. But you were lied to. You're still being lied to because you're falling for it. My fellow Democrats, you're doing the same thing in a different way. Stop being lied to. Look at the facts and nothing but the facts. Now, to the matter of universal health care being socialism, ask any Democrat that's against it, or Republican, or Independent, If it's so bad, why do you have it? Why is it the United States Navy, which is the government, why are they actually administering your health care run by the government for every Republican and every Democrat and every independent in Washington? Why is that? If it's socialized medicine, why Republicans, Democrats, and independents, why are you accepting it? That's right. Call them. Ask them. You said it was socialized medicine, Republican, Democrat, and independent. You call them today. Yeah, today. 1-202-224-3121. 1-202-225-3121. Tell them your state. Ask to speak to your senator. You have to make 3 separate calls. Do one today for the Senate, one today for the House of Representatives, and call your other senator tomorrow. Or text them. Find out the information by going to house.gov or senate.gov. You put your 3 cents into it. Your 2 cents, really. But I want you to put a whole lot more into it. And when the Democrats won't listen, and the MAGA Republicans, or the moderate Democrats, moderate Republicans, whoever they are, when they won't listen to us, we start, all of us collectively, we take the gloves off, and we spend billions of dollars less collectively in this economy. I promise you, the Supreme Court and every court in the land, every politician in the land will start to be afraid. And we'll be doing it legally, ethically, morally, peacefully, spiritually in some cases, but we'll be doing it financially. We'll just choose to spend a whole lot less money. Put it in our pocket. Invest it. Just don't spend it. Let me give you an example. Let's say you put out $1,500 a month. Cut that baby down to about $1,000 or $700 if you can survive on it. If every American does that, that's billions, if not closer. It could probably be at least a good $15 to $100 billion less in the economy. Do that for 1 month, the government's going to notice. Try it for 2 months. Government's going to notice and get nervous. Try for 6 months. They're going to be about ready to go to the restroom and wet their pants if they don't. I would predict by the 7th month, we'll all be good again. Because by that time, they're going to panic. Every single business owner will be affected. I don't like that. But for those who are manipulating and destroying this country, and for the politicians manipulating and destroying this country and causing most of the people to be part of it, we have to do something, guys and gals. I don't know about you, but I believe that you're entitled to abundance. Yes, I believe you must work for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. You should also have the education that you may not be getting. You know, I'm going to tell you something. We talk about universal health care. And in America, Democrats and Republicans try to say it's communism, socialist medicine. You know how bad the United States of America looks right now, worldwide? We look terrible. Why? Because most countries protect our people and have that health care, and they find the money to pay for it. But that's not the worst part. The country of Germany has been covering their people, every single one, if necessary, since the year 1889. 1889. Give you an idea how long ago they started taking care of their people. That was 24 years after the, that was 24 years after the United States Civil War ended. Now, even during the Nazi years, from my understanding, that universal health care was still in place. Of course, the evil monster killed a lot of their people. That evil, terrible Hitler, yes. But even that monster, one of the worst of all time, didn't take away their universal health care. Our country, the United States, does less than an evil monster. Our Democrats in the United States Congress, our Republicans in the United States Congress, our presidents past and present and future, allow our fellow Americans to suffer. And one of the worst murderers of all time, Adolf Hitler, allowed the remaining people to still have free health care. Let that sink in. You talk about the gloves being off. I don't care if you do think that it's socialized medicine. It's not. It's called decency. Now, let me get this here, because my right hand needs to take a break. Guys, it's a lie. The Republicans get it free. And they even get crazy privileges. They get access to free spas and gyms and all kinds of country clubs or whatever under the office of the attending physician. If they get sick, the Navy takes care of them, and the attending physician right in the Capitol takes care of them and their team. It's government run. It's government paid for, up to 75%. Guess who's paying for that? Us, the owners. So let's get this straight. Once again, the owners don't get it, but the employees do. That makes how much sense now? Yeah, the gloves are off. Here's what you're going to do today. You are going to be a real American patriot. If you are a Make America Great Again person, I love you. You've been brainwashed. Democrats, so have you. I love all of you. So I got a challenge for you, especially people who are MAGA. You claim you want America to be great again. Why don't you get a notebook? Write down what exactly you want back. Now, I'm serious. I don't want them to make America great again. I don't want any politician to make America great again. America's great. But I don't want them to make America great again. You know what I want? What I demand legally, ethically, morally, spiritually, peacefully, and yeah, financially. I want them to make America great forever. And I want them to make America the American dream again. Make Americans dream again. M-A-D-A. Make Americans dream again. Come on, Republicans, Democrats, and everybody in between. Say that with me. Make Americans dream again. My fellow Republicans, Democrats, and Independents. My MAGA family. My liberals, my conservatives. Stop the madness. Let us call Congress. Let us write to Congress. Let us sign petitions. Let us protest in the streets. Let us boycott companies. But let us put more money away and take it out of the economy until every Democrat in D.C., every Republican in D.C., and every independent signs up for the new slogan. But they don't just say it. They make it happen. My fellow Americans, no, make America great again, and that ain't going to work. But how about make Americans dream again, or make America dream again? My name is Aĺl Torcaso, and I'll tell you about my America that I dream of. I dream of an America where every person born or brought to the United States has a dream. But they don't get to the point where they say it's a pipe dream. I dream of an America where people are earning enough money that this phrase never is spoken again by even one American. I dream of an America where I never, ever, ever hear the words again. I can't wait until payday. I never in my life want to hear, I can't wait until payday. You're asking yourself why? Because you should have enough money every day of your life. Most Americans work like crazy. You work to the bone. You call Congress. You text Congress. You protest. And you stop spending as much money. And legally, ethically, morally, spiritually, financially, we will get America and Americans to dream again. We will make America greater than she has ever been. For you personally, for everyone you know, and for every American. But I can't do it alone. I'm not God. I'm just a regular person. All the glory goes to the Lord God. All the glory goes to Jesus Christ. Now, if any of you are a man or a woman of faith, of any type, like Christian, I don't care. I love you. But let us say, what if you are a Christian? Do you believe in God, really? Okay. You're a person of faith. You claim that, right? I love you, MAGA people. Don't like what you did. Democrats that voted the wrong way, don't like what you done. But I still love you, and I'm not going to hold it against you. Some of me wants, there's part of me that wants to, but no. I love you too much for that. Here is the challenge for everybody who believes in God. Everybody who believes in God. I need you to stand up. Whether it's spending less money or contacting Congress, do it. We want to make America greater than she's ever been. For every man, woman, and child that are here today and for the next 1,000 or more years, you have a chance to be a hero or a heroine. Unfortunately, that's the name for a female hero. I don't like it, but that's the name. You can be a hero. There's a song that has lyrics here on YouTube and Spotify. We can be heroes. You can actually be one. For yourself, your family, and for America. I'm asking you as a fellow American, let us make America the best she's ever been. And let us get you a raise in your pay. Let us get you a raise in your pay. The gloves are off. Because your life matters, Megan, friends and family. Your life matters, progressives. Your life matters, atheists. Your life matters, agnostics. Your life matters, everybody. You may think that I'm just a YouTube streamer. You may even think that I'm doing this for show. You may think a lot of things. But I have a surprise for you. I was on a television talk show, as I said earlier. I've been fighting and advocating for you or your family since 2004, ladies and gentlemen. Since 2004, I've been doing what I do. Because I love America. I love animals. I love humanity. And I love the Lord God. I love the Lord God. I love Jesus Christ. Now, if you love God, however you worship, don't you think you owe it to God and yourself and your family to stand up with your voices? Let's do this. If you think that it's a lost cause, it's not. We have over 300 million Americans. If each and every single one of you were to get a couple of people, and they did, and then maybe we all collectively stop spending $500 or $1,000 every month. Think of the billions of dollars that would be. Maybe you can't do that. I get it. But there's something you can do. If you believe in God, if you want to make America great again, I say that's not enough. I don't want to make America great again. I want to make America greater than she's ever been. I want the American dream to be alive again. I want the American workers to have income every day of their life again. I want the best for each and every American and every immigrant. I want Republicans and Democrats to love each other again. We don't have to agree on everything. I don't hate Republicans. And newsflash, I don't hate Donald Trump. No. I don't like policy. Do I like every policy that Democrats have? How about this? Last thing, sidebar, if you will. When the Affordable Health Care Act was in the process of becoming law, there were Democrats trying to stop it. We almost had universal health care. Guess who controlled in 2009 and 10? Guess what party controlled the presidency, the Senate, and the House? It was all Democrats. They had the power. You know why we didn't have the public option? And even better than we have now? Because it was a group of Democrats that stopped it. You see, people think I only pick on Republicans. Watch Humanity Matters episodes. And there's going to be some, you're going to be like, what? I don't hold back, guys. When it's wrong, it's wrong. Gals. I'm not in it for anybody to lie to us. We deserve the best. Now, if you believe in God, it's time you believe you deserve the best. It's time that you believe America deserves the best. And it's time you take action. I'm proud of every American that does. We can't change the past, but we can change the future. We can bring back the American dream for the younger people, and for us and the younger people. And we can bring back the American dream so that the thousands and millions of children who aren't even born yet will know and live in an America that is the best nation in the history of the planet. You, ma'am, you, sir, can be a part of that, one human at a time. For those of you who believe in God, my understanding is through God, all things are possible. Now you say you remember, I mean, you believe in God, right? I'm sure that you already heard that. So if through God all things are possible, then making America the best she's ever been and the greatest history of all time, greatest nation of all time, and Republicans and Democrats becoming best friends again and loving each other, if all things are possible, then it is possible. In closing, I love you. It does sound good, but that's not why I say it. I say it because it's true. You can hate me all you want, but I'm going to still love you. Oh, and if you think that we can't do the things I said, just ask yourself a question. Do you know anybody that got stimulus money during the pandemic? Do you know any companies that were granted or loaned money by the government at extremely low interest rates or no interest rates? If you can answer yes, then this idea of us withholding our money will work. And remember, members of faith, people that believe in God, through God, all things are possible. Ladies and gentlemen, just remember I love you. And remember that you and humanity and God really does matter. I love you. I want to hear from you. So text me now at 412-559-2731. I love you. Remember, 202-225-3121, the Congressional Switchboard. Don't forget the White House, 1-202-456-1111. And the second number for the Congressional Switchboard, 1-202-224-3121. Be a champion. Be a hero. I love you. And I'll never stop loving you. Not going to happen.